Electric vehicles aren't simply the future, they're the present too. With immense quantities of new electric models getting delivered constantly and a coming prohibition on the offer of new petroleum and diesel vehicles, the market is currently overwhelmed with EVs of every kind imaginable, to suit a wide range of ways of life and spending plans. Be that as it may, with such a lot of decision around, which models stick out? In this video, we've taken a gander at each completely electric vehicle in each class to name a general top 10. And we're likewise naming the EVs to keep away from. On the whole, which new electric vehicles showing up this year merit paying special attention to? Indeed, the new Renault 5 has as of late been uncovered, and it's set to be an eye-getting, modest, little electric vehicle with a good reach and a discretionary roll holder. Furthermore, 2024 could well be the extended period of the modest electric vehicle, in light of the fact that a couple of additional little reasonable choices ought to be on the manner in which in specific, the Dacia Spring and the Citroën ë-C3. For quite a while, electric vehicle evaluating has been a major obstruction to many individuals choosing to go electric. Be that as it may, ideally, the following a year will expand the choices for those taking a gander at the base finish of the EV market at the opposite finish of the scale. However, one more long-awaited model for 2024 is the new completely electric Reach Wanderer, which ought to show up in the not-so-distant future. It certainly will not be modest, yet taking into account how great the fuel-controlled Reach Meanderer is, the possibility of an electric interpretation of this extravagant symbol could get footballers and different celebrities exceptionally energized. Yet, while there are loads of EVs to become amped up for, there are some accessible as of now which are best avoided, and considering the EVs around now, there are all a couple which stand apart for some unacceptable reasons. The Passage Bronco Mach-E was sent off a couple of years prior, and keeping in mind that it accompanies a great deal of hardware and is a generally huge electric SUV, it is not really good or bad form quality inside and an exceptionally unexpected ride, which makes most excursions in it pretty tiring. Indeed, even a few rushed updates to the vehicle haven't fixed things to a recognizable extent, in the serious electric SUV market, there are a ton of choices which are better. The Lexus UX offers incredible form quality inside. Gracious, that is all there is to it for the upsides. Sadly for the Japanese producer, this is one of the most unrecommendable electric vehicles around in light of the fact that it has squeezed back seats and a minuscule boot, despite the fact that it's anything but an especially little vehicle. What's more, it has a horrible electric reach. You'll be fortunate to get 170 miles in chilly conditions, and it can fast charge utilizing a dated CHAdeMO connector, tolerating a most extreme charging pace of only 50 kilowatts. So the exceptionally quickest it can get a 10% to 80% charge is 1 hour and 30 minutes, a lot more slow than most new EVs. Yet, the extremely most awful thing about it is the price. You can spend up to £57,000 on the UX300e, and for that cash, fundamentally some other electric decision appears to be legit. At any rate, continuing on now to the electric vehicles that merit yelling about for good reasons. What's more, starting off our main 10 is the BMW i7. It's an electric extravagance limo, which has an astounding scope of tech, including a discretionary 31-inch 8K film screen. It really deals with its travelers like eminence. It's not only extraordinary to sit in that frame of mind, to drive too, offering a gigantic reach, great dealing with for such an immense vehicle, punchy execution, and brilliant degrees of refinement, but, as a matter of fact, this is as yet an EV cooking for celebrities sat toward the back. Also, in the event that you're searching for a definitive and electric extravagance, there's nothing better to be driven in. While it is phenomenal, it is fairly costly however, costing more than some other vehicle in this list, from ultra extravagance to ultra worth with the deal estimated MG4. As we've previously said, 2024 could be the extended time of the modest electric vehicle, with models like the Citroën ë-C3 and Dacia Springs set to stir things up around town. Yet, they have a difficult task on their hands to oust the flow lord of the low-end electric vehicle market. The MG4 is accessible in perhaps one or two structures, including range-besting forms offering a monstrous reach and super vehicle-killing straight-line execution. Yet, despite the fact that the most costly variants of the MG4 are still great worth, comparative with their adversaries, it's the least expensive renditions which are the most recommendable. The MG4 SE is the least expensive vehicle in this rundown by some way. The BMW 9.3 is an incredible purchase on the off chance that you're searching for a major electric SUV. It's great to drive, useful, it offers a preferable electric reach over other opulent electric SUVs that it's facing, which likewise cost more cash. Also, in a period of irritatingly buggy touch screens and no actual controls to control the cooling, the 9.3, refreshingly, accompanies great fastens and dials and an infotainment framework which is not difficult to utilize, loaded with elements, and by and large, extreme to beat. Before the Porsche Taycan, certain individuals might have questioned whether there could at any point be an electric vehicle that could truly be connecting with and intriguing to drive. Yet, the German maker conveyed a totally top-rack item. which right up till now is the unbeaten benchmark for electric vehicle handling. It's the car rendition which offers the altogether extreme EV driving experience, yet the somewhat more reasonable Cross Turismo is the seriously convincing bundle. It takes the incredible Taycan recipe, however adds a greater boot, roomier back seats, and more prominent perceivability. A facelift has as of late been declared, which vows to make the Taycan far superior, and we are unquestionably anticipating driving it. The beginning GV60 ought to be one of the primary competitors to consider. Beginning is the exceptional arm of the Hyundai bunch, like what Audi is to Volkswagen. What's more, the GV60 depends on the splendid Hyundai Ioniq 5 and the Kia EV6. The beginning stands apart from those other two, and to be sure most other electric vehicles, by offering a genuinely choice inside. It's loaded with extravagant materials, it offers unshakable form quality, and the gem ball-style gear selector causes it to feel like a top-of-the-line idea vehicle. The valuing has gone up since it previously went marked down, yet assuming that it's in your spending plan, this is a fabulous electric SUV. But in the event that you need a more modest, smooth electric SUV that actually offers a wash inside for less cash than the GV60, the Volvo EX30 could be the most ideal vehicle for you. It is Volvo's littlest SUV, however, it sneaks up suddenly. The inside is appropriately special, build quality is fabulous, the materials look and feel costly. This is a truly incredible EV inside, and the remainder of the vehicle dazzles too. However, the EX30 imparts a large number of its parts to the shrewd #1, and the Savvy offers a more easy-to-use dashboard format and more adaptable seating, #1, and that implies on the grounds that the Brilliant has a slight edge in a couple of regions, it's at last the better pick generally speaking. Not at all like any Brilliance preceded it, fortunately, in light of the fact that while smarts of old were illogical and awkward, this new #1 flaunts an extensive inside and a stunningly smooth ride. As we proactively implied, the Kia EV6 is connected with the GV60 similarly, the #1 is to the EX30. But while the GV60's evaluating has hopped up a considerable amount as of late, the EV6 is as yet splendid worth. It offers the best blend of extraordinary battery range, quick charging, a fine ride and dealing with balance, and liberal gear levels, for a serious value contrasted with the Ioniq 5 and the GV60. Our number one rendition of the EV6 is the back-tire drive GT line model, which has a solitary 226 brake-pull electric engine driving the back tires and an authority scope of up to 328 miles between charges. The back seat space is superior to the GV62, and dislike the beginning is close-fisted in such manner. At number 2, the VW ID Buzz. There are a lot of large and down-to-earth vehicles in this rundown, yet nothing verges on offering the common sense of the tremendous Buzz. IT has a huge boot, enormous back seat space, and various other supportive highlights. There's set to be a 7-seat form, join the setup soon too. Furthermore, the Buzz has a lot of different strings to its bow. It's a decent electric vehicle to drive with a controlled and padded ride, alongside well-weighted and exact directing. However, the absolute best electric vehicle you can purchase right presently is the Tesla Model 3. It's ended up being a genuinely earth-shattering electric vehicle, which has been around for some time currently, however had a significant redo somewhat recently. There were changes to its looks, it got a more drawn-out range. The refinement was gotten to the next level. The changes weren't totally progressive, yet it made a generally phenomenal electric vehicle somewhat better. What truly stood apart for this facelift, however, was the way that despite the fact that it improved, it got less expensive too. A cost cut like this is basically unfathomable in the vehicle world and concretes the Model 3 situation as the absolute best electric vehicle that you can purchase. Furthermore, remember, the Model 3 gives you an enormous benefit over all non-Tesla electric vehicles since it gives you admittance to the splendid Tesla supercharger network. Some stations in the UK are presently open to non-Teslas, yet it's relatively few and it costs something else for them. So in the event that you purchase a Model 3, it's not simply great contrasted with its opponents as far as things like the ride, taking care of and infotainment. It ought to be one of the simplest electric vehicles to live with as well. Those are the EVs to pay special attention to coming soon, the most awful ones you can purchase at the present time and the best ones around. What do you think about our best 10? Let us know in the remarks underneath. Also, to see Parcel's more gatherings like this, as well as new vehicle audits and highlights, hit the buy-in button to be quick to see all of our releases. Thanks for watching.